To control a riot or disperse a crowd, authorities rely on specific strategies and skills. In a riot police formation, the first line of defense typically consists of officers with shields, followed closely by a leader and a tear gas officer, and finally a rear echelon in case the front police officer get tired. One common tactic involves identifying and arresting key individuals, often the leaders of the protest. Riot control teams often use this tear gas launchers to subdue crowds. The gas causes intense eye irritation, throat burning, and difficulty breathing, making it effective for dispersal. We'll also take a look at how the U.S. National Guard uses military vehicles and trucks to shape the environment and push back crowds. Looking at various case scenarios, all of this is covered in the video ahead. In the heat of a tense demonstration, the riot police move as a single disciplined unit. At the heart of their coordination is the team leader, the one who stands just behind the shielded front line, calmly issuing commands through a radio or by hand signals. This leader is responsible for the entire group, organizing the operation with precision. From positioning to timing, ensuring that each member knows their role and acts with control. At the very front stands the Front Echelon, a solid wall of officers in full riot gear, shields locked tightly together. It formed the initial barrier between the protesters and whatever space or area is being protected. These officers are trained to hold firm, maintain formation, and respond proportionally, often with stoic discipline even in the face of provocation. Among them is the gas officer, standing slightly behind or embedded within the formation, waiting for the command to act. This officer carries chemical deterrents like tear gas or smoke grenades and deploys them when the situation escalates beyond verbal control or physical containment. The gas officer doesn't act independently, they rely on the team leader's judgment to determine the right moment. Sometimes in the swirl of the crowd, a specific demonstrator might be identified, perhaps someone escalating violence or leading the charge. The team leader gives a signal. In one coordinated motion, the front echelon opens up just wide enough to create a gap. A tactical maneuver designed not to weaken the line, but to briefly allow access. Through that narrow opening, a few officers surge forward, isolate the individual, and pull them through the formation, where they are swiftly restrained and arrested. As quickly as it opened, the line snaps shut again, shields locking once more to seal the barrier. Behind all of this, out of direct view from the crowd, is the rear echelon. Here, supporting officers wait, some ready to rotate in when the front line tires, others handling logistics, communication, or medical support. Arrested demonstrators are processed here, away from the chaos, and supplies are restocked if needed. The rear echelon keeps the front line operational, like a backbone holding everything in place. This is how the system works, a combination of strength, control, coordination, and roles, each piece moving under the direction of the central leader, each echelon playing its part in managing public order. Before we move ahead, let's look at how the tear gas works. The tear gas gun looks like a bulky shotgun or a short grenade launcher, but instead of bullets, it fires canisters filled with CS gas, a powerful chemical irritant. The officer loads one of these specially designed rounds, which contains not just gas, but a small explosive charge, similar to a firework. With the target in sight, perhaps a dense group of protesters, the officer raises the launcher and fires. There's a loud thump, a puff of smoke, and the canister arcs through the air. It's not aimed directly at anyone. Doing so is dangerous and against training. It lands on the ground and starts to hiss. Almost immediately, a thick white cloud begins to spread. The gas stings eyes, burns throats, and makes breathing difficult. People instinctively cough and back away, desperate to escape the invisible wall of discomfort. It's not lethal, but it's deeply unpleasant. Tear gas is used not to punish, but to create space, to push people back without resorting to more force. It's a clear message: disperse. Officers are trained to use it carefully, avoiding enclosed areas or vulnerable people. But when used correctly, the tear gas gun is a powerful way to regain control without speaking a word. As the situation on the ground escalates, the hum of engines grows louder. Rolling in slowly, the National Guard's vehicles arrive, massive, intimidating, but deliberate in their movement. These aren't tanks meant for combat, but tactical military trucks, armored personnel carriers, APC Humvees, and occasionally more specialized vehicles. Their presence alone can shift the mood. They're a visual reminder that things are serious now. The Guard uses these vehicles not to attack, but to shape the environment. They may form a barrier, lining up side by side to block a road or seal off an intersection, creating a physical line no one can cross without consequence. These vehicle walls are stronger than any human line, discouraging advance without confrontation. Other vehicles are positioned strategically behind or beside troops, giving cover and mobility. Inside, guardsmen may coordinate with command, access communications equipment, or even store crowd control gear like shields, gas launchers, and non-lethal munitions. Sometimes, they'll slowly push forward, not to hit anyone, but to nudge the crowd back, moving in tandem with troops on foot, forcing a dispersal in a controlled direction. Since I've been traveling to the UK and Ireland recently, we've had to rely on airport Wi-Fi, which can be dangerously insecure. Using Surfshark VPN, it not only encrypts our data, but also changes our IP address, allowing us to appear virtually anywhere in the world. Now take a look at my Netflix account. As you can see, I'm currently set to Ireland. You have hundreds of countries to choose from. When you found the country you're looking for, simply click it. In this case, I choose a US server. And just like that, you're in Netflix US. Beyond streaming, Surfshark VPN also includes robust antivirus protection to shield your devices from viruses, malware, ad trackers, and third-party snooping. And finally, with just a single Surfshark VPN subscription, you're not only covering yourself, you can also protect your friends, family, or even your entire city if you really wanted to. So go to our link surfshark.com/AITELLY by buying through the promo link. You'll get 4 extra months free, assured by a 30-day money-back guarantee. If a crowd needs to be funneled or redirected, vehicles are placed at angles to channel people into side streets or open areas, where there's less risk of stampedes or damage. In more tense situations, the National Guard might use vehicles equipped with loudspeakers to issue warnings. This is the National Guard. You must disperse. The same vehicle might carry a spotlight or surveillance gear to keep track of movement once night falls. If arrests are made, other vehicles, transport trucks, or secure carriers stand ready to move detainees or provide shelter to injured personnel. Behind the lines, logistics vehicles handle supplies like water, medical aid, or riot gear. Every vehicle has a purpose, and each one fits into a larger strategy of maintaining order with minimal violence. But above all, these vehicles give the Guard mobility, strength, and visibility, helping to project authority without needing to escalate force. They don't just move, they hold ground, guide people, protect troops, and remind everyone that the rules have changed. Los Angeles has always been a city shaped by protest, from the 1992 Rodney King uprising to the George Floyd demonstrations, and now the growing anger over ICE operations or anti-ICE protest. On June 6, 2025, that anger reignited when federal agents, ICE, FBI, HSI, and ATF, launched raids across the city, targeting places like the LA Fashion District and a Home Depot. Over 100 people were arrested, and by the next day, protests erupted. By June the 7th, crowds had swelled in areas like Paramount and Compton. Demonstrators blocked streets, and in response, agents used flashbang grenades and pepper balls. The situation escalated fast. President Trump stepped in, bypassed the governor, and sent 2,000 National Guard troops into LA. And that's how the Los Angeles riots started in 2025. But to understand how the riots police works, you have to understand this old-age strategy defeat in detail. Let's consider a scenario where you have only 10,000 men to fight against a formidable enemy boasting 20,000 well-trained soldiers armed to their teeth. His response to such a daunting scenario was not mere recklessness. It was a calculated approach known as defeat in detail. This method involved the tactical advancement and division of forces with cannons, a hallmark of Napoleon's military brilliance. In response, the enemy mirrored this dispersion, scattering their troops and fortifying each town. In warfare, especially as the attacking force, numerical superiority is the linchpin of potential victory. A direct mass assault on all fronts would yield unfavorable odds of 2,500 French soldiers versus 5,000 opposing forces. Napoleon's mastery unveiled itself in a subtle, yet pivotal maneuver on the brink of battle. He orchestrated a concentration of forces, strategically thinning the front lines while targeting a singular, ideally the weakest point of attack to annihilate the enemy. The moment of contact with the adversary became an orchestration of concentrated force. Due to the enemy's dispersed arrangement, they set themselves up for individual defeat, allowing Napoleon to engage only a fraction of their forces, not the entire army. Central to the success of this strategy was the swift maneuverability of capable forces, enabling them to outmaneuver the enemy before their strategy was unveiled. Speed was the catalyst for surprise, an essential element ensuring victory. Napoleon's campaigns stand as a testament to his consistent triumph over superior forces. We make original 4K 3D animation with a small team of animators, so please support us by subscribing and dropping in a comment for more exclusive engineering animations.